Hi, my name is Stella Kigutanganga and welcome to the Kingdom Connect show, where we connect kingdom marketplace leaders to you and where we speak about faith, about purpose, about business, and about making a difference in our communities. Join us on all our social media platforms, click and subscribe, and join us for interesting, exciting, insightful, and impactful episodes.
Welcome to the Kingdom Connect show. My name is Irene Mory, and it's such a delight to welcome you to this show. I must say that I'm very excited because this has been a dream that has been in our hearts at Personal Development Institute for the last 13 years. And we are grateful for the media houses that have hosted us over the years. But seeing this show begin gives us tremendous joy. And so I just want to welcome you to the show. And this show really is just about the hope we have in Jesus, our faith, and how that faith intersects, in the marketplace with the things that we do in our careers and in our businesses. And allow me to give a shout out to all the PDI alumni and the Kingdom Connect family. I specifically want to thank some individuals who have asked to remain anonymous for making this show possible by sponsoring this first season of the show. We really appreciate you. So I just want you to sit back and enjoy. We are going to have real conversations, real people. We are going to be talking about purpose. How do you find your purpose so that your time in the marketplace is meaningful and is fruitful? But we'll also be looking at our purpose is a journey. So how is that journey? I'll be sharing my own experience, and we'll also be receiving experiences from each guest that we will be hosting on the show. And I'm honored today to have my first guest, my co-founder at Personal Development Institute, Dr. Emma Karari. How are you, Dr.
Very well, Irene.
Yeah.
And really excited.
Awesome.
A dream 13 years down the road.
Yeah.
I can't forget where the Lord has brought us when we set up PDI, hoping to encourage people to find their life's purpose, to find meaning in life, to find themselves as representatives of the kingdom of God in the marketplace, and the dreams of different arms.
Right.
Today, it is the Kingdom Connect media.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing and exciting.
We thank God. And Dr. let me ask a question that I hear many people asking. As a seasoned cardiologist, you've been in the profession for 30 years. What interests you or intrigues you to be able to join the, the Personal Development Institute?
A good question and a big honor for me to answer. When God alerted me that I was to do medicine when I was 12 years old, the words were very clear. You are to become a doctor to restore hope where hope is lost. So I went into the medical field, actually graduated in 1993, so a cool 30 years down the road. And as I've practiced medicine, and then I just used to think, anybody who's sick loses hope.
Right.
So when they get treated, their hope is restored. But as my career has evolved, I've been through master's, practiced as a physician in master's internal medicine, and now most of my years as a cardiologist, it's become very clear that laws of hope or soul wounds are major root causes of disease. So I have come to understand that my assignment as a medical doctor, as a cardiologist, as a physician, I treat not just the disease, the heart disease that brings the patient, or the concerns about heart disease, but I treat the person.
Wow. And
I've found many people who've come in with very high blood pressures, palpitations, chest pains. A lot of what is behind it isn't actually physical heart disease.
Wow.
Though some people, they have developed physical heart disease, a lot of them, the real issue is in the soul the mind, the emotions
Right.
that have been injured, and in the process, because a lot of us do not process our soul wounds, the body reflects the wounds in physical disease.
So what can we do? Because we are believers in our Lord Jesus Christ. We are serving God in different professions and businesses in the marketplace. Should we be experiencing soul wounds? Or what's the cause of these soul wounds?
Soul wounds are inevitable in all of us. None of us can say they've never had a soul wound.
Right.
They start in the womb. Some children are rejected. A child may have been conceived via rape. The mother may chooses not to kill that baby, chooses to retain them, but they're not happy because it's not something they planned. This is just an example.
Yeah.
That child already knows, the child senses right in the womb whether they are wanted, whether they are loved or not.
Wow.
Then as they are growing up, the environment they grow up, be it the parents, the siblings, the cousins, the playmates, the teachers, a lot of what they hear and how they are treated, and let's be honest, this world is not very kind. So most people do develop soul wounds. Even when they go to college, they enter the marketplace, the competition, the betrayals, in close relationships, rejections, right, left, and center.
Right.
Even believers, I'm deeply born again. I just celebrated my 41st spiritual birthday.
Wow.
This year, 26th of May.
Yeah.
We can also get depressed.
Right.
Elijah wanted to die. He had a soul wound.
Right.
Solomon, with all of his wisdom, by the time he was getting close to end of life, he was talking of vanity of vanities. That's a sign of a soul wound in the wisest man who ever lived.
Wow.
So we should not downplay, because many of us never want to think about it. But those wounds happen to all of us. But the great news that I have for each one of us, those wounds can be healed.
Wow.
And I'm honored as I treat patients, I'm able to treat their soul wounds and the person gets whole.
So you treat both the physical heart as a cardiologist and you treat the heart, H-U-R-T.
Exactly.
The wounds that we get in the marketplace.
Exactly. I treat hearts and hearts. H-E-R-T-S, H-U-R-T-S. Hearts and hearts.
Well done.
And end up with prosperous souls. And once a soul prospers, all aspects of life prosper.
So let's go back to your story, Dr. Emma. You said that when you were 12 years, you knew you wanted to become a doctor. Share more. Tell us a little bit more about that.
An interesting one. Thanks for asking that question. I trace it back to when I was 10 years.
Wow.
I was in class 4 in primary school. And I grew up in a relatively poor environment, and a lot of alcohol was in the compound. My paternal grandmother brewed Muratina, and it was her place was a drinking den. One of my aunts brewed what we used to call marwa, a form of busa of sorts.
Wow.
And in the whole area, there was a lot of alcohol, poverty. Our family, we were lucky, we never lacked food. But the environment was for me unbearable. Because when these fellows are drunk, I come from Kirinyaga. The abuses sometimes put in that language. As much as I was a young child, I couldn't take it.
So your soul wounds began right in that background?
They had even been growing earlier because I had an alcoholic father who kind of singled me out and vetted a lot of vendetta on me for reasons I didn't know. He was also alcoholic and very proud that it is his mother who taught him. Wow. So I knelt down one day after working in the garden and I told God, there must be another life out there. I did not know any other because everywhere it was alcohol, abuse, frustration, hopelessness. I told God, bless my education.
Wow, when you were only 10.
I was 10, and I told God, bless my education, that that may be the route to get me out of this kind of environment. So after I made that prayer, and I told him, if you don't bless my education, bless the work of my hands. Kama ni kulima, I will till the land and create wealth that can buy me land away
from
this environment.
Wow.
So it was out of the pain of the environment that I desired something better.
Wow.
And in that process, when I made that prayer, I kind of forgot about it, but at 12, I was in second term, class 6.
Yeah.
I get this inner knowing.
Wow.
You are to do medicine to restore hope. And that brought a huge smile. Because I then thought doctors are wealthy. I desire to be extremely wealthy. I want to operate in billions. I'm heading there. I'm not quite there. Then I had thoughts, doctor, money will be there, and then I'll restore hope.
Right.
And but money definitely will be out of this terrible environment.
Right. But money was not the motivation. It was the thing that you thought will accompany being a doctor, right?
Yes. I knew being a doctor, treating and restoring hope, that was really what was driving me.
Right.
But at the back of my mind, I'll be honest, I believed as I do that and turn people's lives around to prosperity in all ways, there would be a reward called money.
But isn't there money in medicine? I thought there's a lot of money in medicine, as it should be in all careers and businesses.
Yes and no.
Right.
My then understanding was, you know, the society says, work hard in school, get good grades, get a good job, and you get money. And God gave me the blessing of an academic gifting. So I excelled right through it. Even through medical school, I never had to sit a supplementary.
Wow.
But when I started working as an intern, I looked at my payslip and I wondered, wait a minute. This is what doctors earn?
What do they earn back then? Maybe now it has changed. But
that
what
time,
was
I was
it then?
taking home about 6,000.
6,000?
Yes, the gross was 9.
What?
Yes.
That's shocking.
For me, that shocked me.
That's shocking. I can say that as well.
And I thought then the best thing is do a master's and be a consultant. I used to really admire the consultants ahead. And I thought when you get there, you have the money. And during the second year after internship, I joined the master's program in internal medicine. And while there, God gave me the privilege. I always had a desire to teach. I didn't know doctors can teach. But God, one day, a light bulb lit up.
Right.
I was in the ward and I asked myself, who teaches doctors? Isn't it other doctors? I already knew where I wanted to specialize. I walked to the Department of Medicine, in Internal Medicine, University of Nairobi, and I told the chairman I want a job. Of course, he laughed at me. But to cut a long story short, when I was doing my master's, 6 months into it, I was employed as an assistant lecturer. And then I looked at the salary, it was 14,000. And I said, my goodness, I thought teaching at the university meant you could get some money.
Wow.
And I realized, my goodness, a lecturer is just a glorified primary school teacher.
That's a hard one, and I'm sure it will cause some ripples as people watch this show. But I love that about you, Daktari. You've been so authentic and so real over the years about the pain of professionals, you know, not earning what they deserve.
Exactly.
And we can clearly tell from your story that you discovered your life purpose early, but then the money or the math, as they say, wasn't mathing. Right?
The math was not mathing.
And since this show is about giving professionals and entrepreneurs hope, because there are so many people, not just doctors, maybe engineers, teachers, or, you know, other professions that are frustrated. They could be serving God in the marketplace, so they're in their purpose, but the math is not mathing. What would you say to such a professional?
I would encourage each professional, like what I encourage my students, both at first degree and during their masters. Practice medicine as your passion, but you need to figure other ways of creating wealth. Most of us fall into the temptation of setting up private practice. Just like many engineers, architects, you know, the professionals sent to do sole proprietorships. The lawyers are better at doing partnerships. At the end of the day, you got to show up to work.
And this is what this show is about. You're gonna love it because the narrative at some point must change. Thank you very much. We hope that you have enjoyed this session, and we do look forward to keep connecting with you as we bring more professionals so that we can keep having these candid conversations. Thank you.